Hey, it's me, Renee. I'm back. And today I want to talk about this book, Women in Art. Women in Art 50 Fearless Creatives Who Inspired the World by Rachel Ignovsky. So there's been kind of like a resurgence or like a trend last, I would say maybe 10 years of biographies with females. It started with Goodnight Stories for Rebel Girls, where you had people who are alive today, like Hillary Clinton, and people already like people who are dead, like a mix of people that, yeah, of real life people who work as a inspiration and good night stories for females. And then after that, you kind of started getting more and more books like this, where you had, females from um, different, what again? From different areas, like female in sports, females in science, and Rachel, this author, she's also behind Women in Science and also Women in Sports. So she's written two of these. And I think these kind of books are really good because I mean, most of biographies at the moment are still kind of dominated by men, and there's quite a lot of females out there who've done stuff that are amazing and revolutionary. So we should be celebrated as well. But also, I would say, like in my mind at least, this one for me it's extra important because I think I talked about this bit about a bit about this one before because I talked about when I bought it. But yeah, so I finally read it, finished it. Yeah, for some reason I was scared to read this because it like felt so daunting because there was so much text. Like, it feels so weird. Me and BookTube talk about being scared of books with a lot of text. But I suppose in a way, because this one I didn't really expect so much text. I expected less text because I think this is kind of meant for 10, 9-year-olds, and then the other books in this kind of category often have like less text. These have quite a lot of text. But then I really picked it up yesterday, and like, okay, so there's a lot of words, yeah, but they're not difficult words. So I did pick it up and finished it. And I also kind of like how so this text here, the biography here, and then you have the picture, but then you also have like fun facts here, which I really enjoyed. And well, as I said, as I said before earlier, I think this is kind of extra special, important because, okay, yeah, you already have women in science, the other books for women in science and women in sports. And at least, I suppose, depends on who you ask, but at least for me, women in sports, women in science, good books, but like, if you ask me, can you name some females in science? Marie Curie, and then there's, well, was, yeah, Marie Curie, I kind of stops there, but like, I can name a few, like, at the top of my head, it's kind of like blanking, but like, I know Marie Curie, and yeah, you have people who, you have like some people in science that aren't unknown, and then you have females in sports, where, I mean, the Williams sisters, Serena Williams, and then you have lots of female Norwegian sports people who are gotten lots of, at least in skiing, they have done lots of stuff. And then you have Ada Hegerberg, I mean, sport in football. So naming people in sports for me not that difficult. Naming females in art, honestly, except Frida Kahlo, I couldn't really name anyone. So I really liked how this exists. So like you become more aware of females in art as well. And I suppose also like, I was kind of aware of like this thing where you had this you had this what again? You had this demonstration a few years ago in London where uh, sorry, where there's kind of like there's someone tagged some art gallery art gallery um, posters because there's this thing where there's lots of females in the art, like depicted in art, often nude, but the artists are often not females. And I was kind of like made a big deal of, and I thought like, well, yeah, that's stupid. But I thought like, but are there like female artists? And then reading this book, yeah, there are quite a few of those. I suppose this book it includes both architectures, but also painters and musicians, and like it's not just art as in drawings, but it's different versions of art. But like the beginning of this book, for example, you have Elizabeth Strine, which is a painter, and she was very famous in her time. You have Laviana Fontana. She painted royals around Europe in the 1600s, and yeah, and they were like people who were famous in their time, very famous. But like now reading them, like, oh, this is a person completely new to me. It's someone I haven't heard about at all before. So yeah, and I suppose yeah, I can't really from the top of my head like talk about this and this person from the book, even though I just finished it today, because I suppose I'm not that good of a memorization. Like I don't remember things like that. But still, like now I just read about them, so like I'm thinking like if I read about them in another book, if I watch a documentary or something about them, someplace, I will like, oh yeah, that person I've heard about you. So they like now they are in my subconscious, like back there in my mind, like living in my mind, and yeah, yeah, honestly, I feel like some of these, I feel like why aren't you made a biography, like a biographical movie about? Because like they feel their lives feel so cinematic and like worthy of being recognized by more people. And yeah, I love books. Of course, I love books, but I do recognize that if someone is made into a movie instead of made into a book, like the movie version is much more celebrated and much more promoted. So, like people know about the movie, know about the thing after the book, the movie. After the book, people know about it, but not so many people. So yeah, but yeah, all in all, Women in Art, definitely a book I would say you should check out. I suppose even if you're not like me, likely interested in art, even if you're like, just kind of covering it from a feminist perspective, I would say check it out. It's yeah, a great, delightful read. And it's just like it's like all these books where it's not like that long. It's 125 pages, so it's not long at all. And yeah, definitely check out this book. Recommend it definitely so much. Bye.